nice hot tea on an 18-degree Fahrenheit North American Midwest winter's morning.
Windy yesterday. It was so windy, 50 mile an hour winds, and it worked out great because it did dry up a lot of the rain that we had and the moisture that we have everywhere. So it's been a little bit easier.
And with the 18 degrees, it froze the ground up, so we're able to walk around a little better today. So
we're inviting you today into the cabin. You guys always say you like to have coffee or tea in the morning and watch us. So we're gonna have our tea with you too.
Yeah, so bring it on.
Start.
Help warm my bones.
He's got a little maple syrup in here today. All right.
Not that good Canadian maple syrup.
Yeah, we like that Canadian maple syrup. It is good stuff. I love these little cast iron pans, little ones, and I put some butter in there and I melted it to get hot because this morning Doug is having a sprouted wheat pancake that I've been soaking for a few hours in some yogurt. And I went ahead and just mixed everything in there, my yogurt and my honey, my salt and some baking powder. And I'm putting it in the pan. I'm gonna cook it and it turns out amazing. I'm just gonna put this in the oven about 350 for about 15-20 minutes or so. And I'll check on it. It should be nice and golden brown and luscious. While that's in the oven, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about cookware. Doug and I want to live the most organic life as we can. So one of the first things that we did was we ditched all of our non-stick cookware, because basically non-stick cookware or Teflon type pans are made with a plastic type polymer, and then when it's heated up, I mean, it turns totally toxic. You're breathing the fumes as well as ingesting them. It's just not good. So that was one of the first things we did. We got rid of any of that non-stick coating. We also got rid of all of our aluminum pans. Any type of aluminum pans. I had pans, you know, passed down from my great-grandmother, my grandmother, big, huge pans, small pans, all different pans. To find out that aluminum, it can accumulate into your brain, into your lungs, into your bones, and over time, it could cause memory problems, it can cause muscular problems, as well as if you look at the pans, I know a lot of you guys aren't gonna like to hear this, but there's aluminum cans and aluminum foil. So if you use that all the time, you could have that possible toxicity. So we don't want to risk that here, so we don't do anything aluminum. Now a third pan that got on my hit list that we did have was a ceramic coated pan. And they always say these ceramic coated pans were better than the Teflon type pans, that they were safer than the non-stick cookware. Well, over time, maybe after a few months or a year, those things can start, the coating can start chipping off and getting into your foods. So I don't want to risk any of that. So we just got rid of everything and we just started fresh. These are Stacy's go-to cooking things. I really love glass. I use glass for everything. I store my things in glass. They're just the good old-fashioned Pyrex. Any of these glass containers. I mean, the great thing about a lot of these cookwares that we're going to talk about today, you could go to resale shops and find them, and it's so simple to do. So if you do have a lot of this cookware and you do want to start getting rid of it, because it is expensive and gets pricey, just go to resale shops. You can find so much of this and get it so very cheap. But I really love it. Here's for like a bread pan. I mean, I could cook in different things. I mean, I love the glass. You're not going to get any leaching from glass. So glass is a great alternative to cook with. Now another cookware that I love is the stainless steel. I use the stainless steel pans. I use them, the cookie trays, and I like to use those too. It's just another safer alternative than the non-stick cookware or the ceramic or the aluminum. And you guys all know what this is. This is the good old-fashioned Corningware. Grandma always had it. You can find Corningware everywhere. Everyone wants to get rid of their Corningware, but it's a very safe way to cook. So go to the resale shops and get your Corningware because it cooks very efficiently and it's very safe. Everyone loves cast iron. We don't use it all the time, and here is why. So my little pancake thing is ready to go. Took it out. Now this is one time I do like to bake in my cast iron. Look at my little fluffy delightness. Over the past few years, I've been kind of concerned about using cast iron pans because I am a menopausal woman and you're not supposed to have that much iron. So I started doing some more research on it. Come to find out, basically, that, you know, you're gonna get iron from the cast iron pans. That's great if you're a child and you're growing and you need your iron, or if you're a woman who is in menstruating age, that's great. But however, for like adult men and for women who are menopausal, having too much iron could be a problem, because iron builds up in your blood and you can't get rid of it. And the only way you can get rid of it is basically by giving blood. So having too much could cause fatigue, it could cause muscle aches and pains, and it could contribute to a lot of problems and toxicity. So what I've done is basically make sure that I don't use cast iron as much as I used to. So I'm trying to be intentional with our health. Sometimes it might take a little bit more effort, but in the long run it's gonna help. Doug being an adult man and I'm a menopausal woman, we just wanna make sure I don't wanna get too much iron into our bodies. So I'm gonna make my egg for him. He's gonna get 2 eggs with his little pancake. And another thing I just kind of want to go over with, if some of you guys don't know, if you are using your cast iron, make sure that you don't do a lot of acidic things like the tomato products, spaghetti sauces, tomato sauces, things like that, especially after it cooks over a half hour or so. It really does leach a lot of the iron in there. It could change the taste of it and, you know, get a lot more iron into your body. So applesauce, things like that that are more acidic, or if you're gonna cook with wine, or if you're gonna cook with vinegar. So just beware of that. You don't wanna let it long-term cook in the red sauce. Maybe use a different type pan for that.
Wow, all this nice breakfast, and who would have thought you would have got this much information and you haven't even left the house yet?
Now, a big thing that I talk about is try to eat a live food with every meal, something that has not been cooked.
Right.
You know, if you're gonna have a ferment with your meal, or if you're gonna have a salad with your meal, or if you're gonna have,
fruit.
And basically, we don't have a live food on our meal right now because before we eat,
we're doing it.
We do. I try to do fruit because a lot of times if you eat fruit with a meal, it kind of might hinder your digestion, because fruit has a lot of water and moisture and it doesn't take much to break down. And then if you put a fat or something with it, it just kind of stops it in its track and it messes up with digestion. So we do fruit, especially in the morning. We'll have our fruit before and while I'm cooking. So Doug and I already had our fruit for our morning time, and then we're having our meal. So we usually wait, you know, anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. We have it kind of like a little appetizer, and then we have our breakfast. So that's like the first thing we do in the morning.
Yeah, so moral of the story is eat your fruit way before you eat your regular food.
Yeah,
sometimes they trick you and they bring you that fruit right with it and you eat it during the meal, and that's probably the worst thing you can do for your digestion.
Yeah, and then we're also here, you're getting all these nuggets today. I love blackstrap molasses. It's my favorite thing to do and to use when I'm putting it on toast. And it's helped me. A lot of people are like, are you coloring your hair again? Are you coloring your hair again? And the blackstrap molasses does help. I really think it's helped me tremendously, and my hair isn't graying like it used to. So, and it's so mineral rich. It's very good for you. It has a lot of minerals in it. And here's another nugget. We're just loaded in nuggets, aren't we?
Loaded.
Pepper. So use your pepper after it's done cooking, because if you heat it up, it can also cause stomach problems. So if you cook with a lot of pepper and you're cooking it and you're having stomach problems, maybe just use your pepper, like I'm putting it on after it's been cooked, or your salad, or however, put it on there and not cook it. So you got a couple little nuggets today.
So you guys have a great day. Thanks for stopping by the homestead and having breakfast with us.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
I think that's the first on our channel ever. Hopefully you guys have a productive day, and we'll see you on the next video.
See you guys later.